Good afternoon, everybody out in YouTube land. This is Daywalker225XXXX. And basically, I want to know why everybody's tripping on Chad OCHO Cinco. Why are y'all tripping? Particularly the black women, or a lot of them, anyways. I watched the first episode of his show, and after he had it, he went on Wendy Williams' show, and a bunch of black women were just tripping. I mean, he didn't cut the black women, all of them at least. There were like three left after he cut a bunch of them. And I don't care how much you say that, I'm supposed to be self-hating, or I'm not attracted to sisters, or I hate black women, or I can't stand my mama. You can say all that stuff you want. Nobody that watched that show can tell me that the sisters that he cut weren't trashy. I mean, there were some, those chicks look busted. None of them were fine at all. At least not to me. And the thing is, a lot of sisters are quick to say that black men have different criteria where white women are concerned, but it had me rolling when old boy walked up on that first fat white girl and was like, hey, what's your name? Oh yeah? Well, I gotta just let you know that you've been cut. I mean, it just had me rolling. And I mean, as I watched the show, it wasn't even as if he was cutting cream of the crop sisters. I mean, even the white women, all of the busted looking white girls got cut too. The prettiest black girl on there was just ghetto as fuck, and she had a jacked up attitude. I think her name was Jasmine, and the other one that acted like a white girl. She just picked on her for no reason. Now, what kills me is as catty as this fucking chick was, she had an entire house full of white girls and Latin girls, and her ass chose to fuck with the not so cute black girl that acted like a white girl. And what the fuck was up with that bitch's weave? Better yet, what the fuck was up with all of their weave? I mean, damn good and well that shit wasn't theirs. But on some real shit, none of those women were really cute that, they got sent home. I mean, they just weren't. They had fucked up attitudes, they had fucked up weaves, all kinds of shit. A bunch were out of shape, and on top of that, they had a busted ass weave on. What's up with that? I mean, is this man supposed to be attracted to that? I wasn't attracted to that. And to make shit worse, these black women want to talk about being queens and mothers of the earth, and they have fake ass hair extensions and trying to compete with the white girls, and none of them could even begin to fuck with Ruby. I mean, if you watch the show and you know who Ruby is, Ruby was the end all on the show. She was the best looking female, bar none. None of them looked better than her, at least in my opinion. And I'm pretty sure anybody that watched that show would think the same way. Ruby was the cutest one that was there. And he hardly even talked to her, but I mean, without him even having to talk with her, it was pretty obvious that she wasn't going to go anywhere because she was the best looking one there. I mean, none of them bitches, and sisters were just going crazy on these blog sites. I looked on a couple of blog sites after I got home, and it was, Chad OCHO Cinco disqualified all the black women. He hates black women. He hates his mama. And I was like, well, damn, let me take a look at this and see what's up. I mean, I just can't believe that, he would just cut all these women for no reason. I mean, it just doesn't sound right, because he has like 4 kids by black women, so, and he even married one at one time. So, for black women to say that, he just don't like them, that shit just don't sound fucking right. So I looked, and, what was a trip was I actually watched this show with a black female, and even she was like, yep, he did right to cut all them bitches. And she was like, the only thing I'm seeing is that he cut a lot of ugly females, and whether some black women will admit it or not, the man is a millionaire. I mean, Chad OCHO Cinco has a contract worth millions and millions of dollars. The guy's rich. He can pretty much have his pick of any woman he wants out of any race on the damn planet. And I'm supposed to be cool with the chicks that were on that show. I mean, every last one of them should have been top notch. At a minimum, they should have been at least 9 to 9.5s, if not 10s. And a bunch that he cut weren't even 8s. They weren't even fucking 8s. I mean, I can honestly tell you that if it was me, I would have been cutting a bunch of them chicks too. And the black women that were bitching, you know, about the whole thing in the first place on all these blogs, you know, going off on, you know, he was an asshole for cutting all these women. I mean, they just look foolish, you know, to even complain about the show in the first place, because a lot of them chicks weren't even cute. I mean, hell, I won't even just say fucking, you know, knock down, drag out gorgeous. They weren't even fucking cute. I mean, I can understand keeping the chick around if she's cute, you know, damn, you know, she's kind of cute. I'm just attracted to her in that kind of a way, you know. But these motherfuckers weren't even cute. You know, I mean, nobody said shit when CHILLI was picking a damn white dudes, and, you know, she had a different set of criteria when it came to brothers, you know, but white men could get away with all kinds of bullshit, you know. She let them dudes get away with all kinds of shit being wrong with them. And, you know, she ain't even with those white dudes anymore because they didn't want to put up with her fucking crazy ass, you know, and her unrealistic criteria for, you know, who she wanted to be with. I mean, she didn't even give brothers a shot at all. And, you know, unlike Chad Johnson, unlike Ocho Cinco, you know, CHILLI was disqualifying models and shit and buff dudes, and her ass was like, you know, if a dude looks good, he doesn't have any character. And if the dude had character, she wasn't what she wanted physically. But, you know, most men don't even do that shit. You know, we start off with, well, first and foremost, we're going to pick a female that we're attracted to. You know, she has to look good first. If she looks good, then we'll see what her personality is like. And if she doesn't have a decent, you know, personality, you know, then we'll throw them out. But as a general rule, most men, you know, they'll go off and they'll pick what they're attracted to first, you know, as opposed to, you know, the way women do it, where women want to just, oh yeah, he gotta look good, and, you know, he gotta have this banging ass personality, and he just gotta have all his money and this and yada yada yada. You gotta have everything. No, you gotta pick what you're attracted to first. Then you dig a little bit deeper and find out about this person and how their personality is, and, you know, if you're compatible along those lines. But if you're not attracted to someone, you know, it doesn't matter how good of a match you are personality wise, you're still not going to be physically attracted to that person. I mean, you got to eventually be with this person physically. If you ain't attracted to them, it's just not going to fucking work. You know, I mean, these women are just on bullshit from the jump, you know, or at least a lot of them are. And, you know, the insecurity that a lot of those women had was, you know, on those sites that I was reading earlier, was just fucking ridiculous. You know, because I watched the show and I was actually looking, you know, for the women that got cut, you know, and I was thinking to myself, well, you know, maybe he cut a bunch of them that he shouldn't have. You know, I'm gonna give these women the benefit of the doubt on this shit. You know, maybe he cut a bunch of them that he probably shouldn't have, and I'm gonna watch and I'm gonna see who he cut and who he didn't. But, you know, I'm gonna see which ones, you know, really did deserve to get X'd out, you know, in my opinion, as opposed to just what he did. But I mean, out of the 85 women that were there, some had, you know, tummies that weren't tight. And I mean, I'm not just talking about the black girls that he got rid of. It was a lot of white girls that was like that too. And that shit just wasn't tight. And I mean, and they were trying to pull a dude that was a millionaire, and, you know, he did right to have them all come out in tight shorts and t-shirts so we could see what they were all working with. And that one chick, Jasmine, she was just too ghetto in my opinion. The tall chick, you know, she looked good. The one that was like 6'3", but even though she did look good, you know, she couldn't fuck with Ruby. I mean, Ruby was the baddest one there. You know, I mean, I hate to keep hyping on her like that, but she just was, you know. And what's that chick, Jasmine, the one that was real ghetto? I can already see by like the third or fourth show she's gonna be gone because she just has too much mouth on her. I mean, it doesn't matter how good of you know, a chick looks to a guy. It just really doesn't. If she has a fucked up attitude, you know, we ain't gonna put up with her, you know. And instead of these women hating on him for, you know, what he chose and his preferences and stuff, you know, you should use that as a basis to say, well, damn, if I want a man that's making this kind of, you know, this kind of money, then instead of me jumping on him for what he chose, you know, or, you know, his preferences and stuff, let me see what I'm not doing right along the lines of being able to get a guy like that, if that's what I'm searching for. That's all I'm saying. Well, Daywalker 225 XXXX signing out. I hope you enjoyed this one. Y'all have a good one, and peace.